live.
Okay, all right. Good afternoon. It's the transportation meeting, May 5th today. Calling it to order at 12 o'clock, please.
12:02.
Want the attendance first, then the minutes.
Yeah, I just wanted to call it to order. So Lucy's going to call the attendance. And then has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes? I can't see for that. Well,
Let's call the roll.
they can read the
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Yes, they can read
Okay.
the minutes as you're looking that over.
You have an extra agenda and minutes?
Here,
for
here,
David?
fine.
Right else for agenda?
Thank you.
No. Oh, here's one. Yeah, here's another one.
Anybody else? need one?
Anyone else need one?
Yeah.
Go down that way. That's it. This one is mine. Okay, Ruth.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Joanne Andelman. Judy Blow.
Yes.
I'm here. David Forness.
Here.
Bobby Levin here. Laura Simpson. Michael Zaslow.
Here.
Omar and Mario are here. Okay. Keisha's here. Fausto.
Here.
Mary Jane. Here. Stewart. Bruce. Jerry is not here. John Timmerman.
Yeah.
David Boaz.
Here.
Tony Burrows. Here. Donald Foster. He was here.
Yeah,
but
he's here.
I'll mark him in. We have a couple of guests here, if you'll be good enough to come and sign in over here. And then go on to the minutes.
Okay.
Where do we sign?
Sign up, she can.
Here's down here will be good.
I'll come to you.
Thank you. Okay. Have you all had a chance to go through the minutes?
Just sign.
Still tell you
No,
what,
it's over here under guest.
No, I got it. Say that again. Oh, right here?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's the guest.
You know what I felt like, but I have to keep them.
My hands are so shaky.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't have any.
Thank you.
Beck, did you sign in time? Okay. So if you all read the minutes, does anyone have any corrections, additions? No?
To accept the minutes as presented?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're going to accept the minutes as presented since there's no comments.
Right.
Any old business? It was so long ago, I can't remember myself. Actually, I think the last meeting we had, we were discussing the fair. And the committee decided that there won't be any buses going at any time in the future to, not only the fair, but also, what was the other thing they had that day? I forgot. I'm sorry. I was not prepared. I'm sorry. Okay, just to state that there won't be any kind of excursion buses going out from Yuko anymore. Everyone has their own club and they can get their own bus to go wherever they want to go. Okay. Any new business? Anyone? Yes, David.
I know I was kind of surprised that I asked for your apology. I was thinking we had another year on the bus contract.
Actually, I was going to bring that up on the next, if you can see that, so that's not, yeah. So was I.
Mhm.
I was misinformed, it's my fault, I don't see too well. And I didn't realize that it was coming to an end, so if you look, I believe you all have, they did have it attached to this, right?
No, no.
Everybody that's on the committee should have received
Yeah,
a copy of the RFP.
right.
Does someone need it now, that's on the
Yeah.
committee?
I had one thing, Tricia, I wanted to add under new business.
Absolutely,
We vacationed down to Pompano last week
right,
and they were running on-demand buses.
right,
And it's been used in anywhere from San Diego to South Florida.
Which community was it?
Yeah, Pompano Beach.
Pompanosa.
And it uses, you know, like a low floor type of bus. I'll put this on you and then we can kind of share it. I'm sorry, I can make copies for everybody, but
Yeah.
it's it's a low floor minibus. And instead of having set routes, people can call and say, I want to go here, I want to go there, and they'll pick you up and take you. It's like a dedicated type of taxi service. And I'm not saying that I think it's the thing for the village, but it's working in San Diego, it's working in,
How big are those complexes?
well, Pompano Beach, San Diego, California, the city.
David, the reason I asked you, when you said Pompano, and I said there's a community very close to there that's very much like us, Windmore, does exactly what you're describing. They
Yeah.
only have they have a jitney that
Yeah.
goes around the main roads.
Mhm.
And then if somebody in the tertiary areas want to be picked up, they call a dispatcher.
Yeah.
And he just flips off the road, and pick up, goes back to the rental, and then they go to their recreational center, their clubhouse.
Right.
Um,
Yeah,
I've seen it.
Yeah, I just think it's worth investigating. They're electric, which means you're not paying the high prices for diesel fuel that we're paying right now. And, you know, we are, I don't think it's any problem with the size of community if San Diego, California can do it in their city area. I think that, you know, to get a study done to see if we could do this and how it would work for, you know, I don't, maybe like after a show or whatever, but you could have, you don't have just one of these jitney buses. You have multiple ones that are available for people on call. You know, it'll pick you right up right at your building instead of at a bus stop.
I understand what you're saying, and I know you're talking about call efficiencies. However, I have been on these buses a lot, and you know, I took the bus just the other day. I was so proud I was able to go around by myself. But I see what happens in here. It's an empty bus. People get on, people get off, people get on, people get off before you even leave the village. So it's a constant getting on and getting off. There's people who work in here. There's people visiting friends. At the gym, we picked up a lot of people. I see that as a problem because there's so many people that actually use the bus.
In San Diego, people are using it to go to work and go home. You know, a huge amount.
You have to do a study, you know what I mean? Like you said, I didn't say I was
Yeah.
closing my mind to it. I feel, that's my personal opinion, it won't work in here, but I'll take a look. They're kind enough to give me every 3 months, every quarter, how many people go on the bus and off the bus. And I have to tell you, even though you constantly say the bus is riding empty, it is not true.
But I get that
It's-
all the time from owners,
Yeah.
from people here. And you know what? I look at the buses a lot from the outside every time they go by me.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'm on, you know, I walk mornings, I do everything. There's majority of the time, there's only one or two people on our bus. I know that we have times when there's more, but
No, I rode the bus and David rode with me one time and we got the last 2 seats on Saturday. I mean, you have to go and as a matter of fact, you brought something up good. I did ask the committee to ride the bus. I did. I don't know who did, who's keeping a record. I didn't bring my own record, so I can't scold anyone. And one of the reasons I wanted the committee to ride the bus was to see what it was like and to see how it's funny so that when we talk about certain stops and we talk about what's going on, that they actually know that it's so. I tell you the truth, I rode the bus many times and it's crowded, you know, especially after the dance, the movie, the gym. I go to the gym and I take the bus.
well, you know, people are getting on the bus, a large number of people,
Yeah.
to go on and be distributed on the full round.
But that's,
So the bus is going his full route in order to empty,
Yeah.
and instead, these buses go a short distance, drop somebody off, go a short distance, drop somebody off. They're not taking travelers all the way around a full loop. It's individual shots, so they don't they, in the same amount of time, the person who is at the end of the route that gets on the bus and has to go all the way around, he could wait for that jitney to come pick him up and take him there. So all I'm saying is, in Century Village, we really should look into it. You know, they're
Okay.
electric. And I'm not saying that they're right or they'll work, but you know, there's a lot of big urban areas that are using them and places nearby the size of us that we could look into.
We could, and you have to investigate, because you also have to, what you see is not always what you see. They may be crowded and you may think it works and maybe it doesn't. You don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I know that the buses are not always full. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we went to Publix and I said, look at all those people waiting for buses. It's so crowded.
Mhm.
You know, it's so crowded that people rely on it. I do too.
Well,
I would like it
maybe a
But I
supplement.
will, I'm not saying no, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just saying that you know, sometimes that grass looks greener and it's crab grass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, maybe a supplement with one large bus that you use for periodic runs to Publix and
So you're talking about two separate services.
after show. Yeah, but I gotta tell you, running these little buses with two people on it's a lot cheaper than running this big one with two people on it.
All right, taking it into consideration, Judy's first, she had to go first.
Madam President, is
Yes.
it possible to have a representative from that company to come out and give us a presentation? Let them see exactly what we see
Mhm.
and see if they think we are amenable to their program. Because right now, we're just on the outside looking in.
Mhm.
Let them tell us exactly what they can do for us or cannot do for us.
Okay, also, I want you to be aware, I'm gonna let you speak, that there are a lot of people who have walkers and wheelchairs, and I'm looking at this little bus. And I myself can't see the steps, so they lower it down for me. As a matter of fact, I had an exceptional bus driver the other day. He was so kind. He helped me up and off.
May I see that, please?
Yeah, why don't you pass it?
This is really low to the ground.
Say I wasn't going to look into it, I will.
I go to Publix at least 3 times a week,
Mhm.
at all different times. And every time I pull into that Publix on Community Drive, there's gotta be 10 to 12 people waiting for the bus.
At least.
Every day.
Then, you know, that's what I'm saying, we do a hybrid where you have one bus that does that type of
Yeah,
run.
but and you said this company will be on call, so I'm gonna call, she's gonna call, pretty much all at the same time, so we have to wait.
He's just giving an example.
No, I know,
That's how they do.
No, I understand.
I don't think.
Ignoring him.
If you think of San Diego, California, and you think of a number of people using it to go to work, they start at the same time
It
relatively.
sounds like a hop on, hop off.
And they hop off at work.
Yeah, but that's not, I don't think that's.
I'm just saying that in scale, it's being done, so.
But yes, it's being
But
done.
your point's excellent, is that we really don't know, and I'm not saying that I know, but I'm just saying that we should.
I know, but we also have to be a little careful here. We started this bus service, we added to it, and people rely on it. That may be once in a while, it might not be every day, might not be on the weekend, it might not be, I don't know, but
Look at the hours on this sheet.
I heard you, I'm
Late at
taking
night.
it into consideration. Yes, Judy,
We already have that here in Palm Beach downtown.
pardon me?
We already have that downtown.
Yeah,
For
what?
the tourists, down.
Oh, yeah, I know that's the Charlie,
I know, but we have that same thing where you can pick up for the tour for absolutely nothing down there.
That's not you, right? I mean,
no. Okay, anyway, moving on. I would like my committee members to please ride the buses and make a report. We are going to have a meeting next month. I will present on it as well.
I reuse paper, ignore Val.
Now, I'm sorry, do you have your hand raised? I didn't realize it, Foster.
No, it's okay, I just read it.
Yes,
An email was sent out requesting everybody on the committee members to bring in a report on the day, the time, and the bus that they drove. I think you should ask each one of your committee members to give a report right now.
Okay, I beg to differ with you because if that email went out, I did not receive it.
I didn't get it.
okay, so I'm announcing it now at this meeting so that we have it for next month's meeting. Also, anytime anyone wants to look at the quarterly reports, I kept them from last year and I will compare it to this year. They send me from every stop quarterly reports. It's in the drawer in your office now. So anyone who wants to look at it, you're welcome to do so. Are there any other questions on this before we move on? I can't see if anyone's raising their hands. I'm sorry, yes.
No, I can just state, I just took the bus in here. It's on the 11 o'clock route. Picked up at Dover, I believe it was B. Came in, no issues. There were, I believe, 7 people on that bus. Driver was courteous, checking every single person's IDs on the way in and out, and was helping people on and off with walkers and bags. Knew the route well enough and knew it to stop at Yuko without me having to prompt them. So
Yeah, I took the number 3 bus. Is somebody raising?
Yeah, over
I'm
there.
so sorry.
Question.
Yes, yeah.
I have a couple of concerns. I don't drive, I use the buses. Know that they changed the number 3 rule. Where I live, we used to have number 2 and number 3 go by. If I take number 3 now, there's no bus stop to where I go. When I go to the laundry room, you have to come up at the laundry room or way before the laundry room and then walk all the way in. So I was wondering if there could be a bus stop on,
No.
as you enter Cardiff.
No more, no, don't address it to them, please. No, there can't be any more bus stops. We overdid it. We went above and beyond. There were 120 stops and we now have 169 and there's absolutely no room for another stop. There are buses that stop wherever they stopped before. They're not going, the number 3, I don't know if it stops in your particular area. You have to take a bus schedule and take a look. It might be the 1 or 2 that goes where you want to go.
What I'm trying to say,
Yeah,
the last stop is before you get to the laundry room. If you want to get off to go over to Coventry, where I live, you have to come up all the way before you get to the laundry room, because it goes around first and then goes to the gym. Yeah, so if I'm saying if there could be a bus stop near Cardiff, someplace there, we could,
one conversation at a time, please. I can't, Lisa, could you help me out? People are raising their hands.
No.
Is somebody raising their hand back there?
No.
No.
not done.
Oh, okay, honey. I'm sorry.
So what's the final answer on that?
No. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. We cannot add any more stops. I understand what you're saying, but everyone has come to me with a problem. And I sat down with them and it took months to do the schedule. And there's just, you can't do every stop for everyone. It's impossible. Originally, when we started off, it was only an internal thing. Then they went outside because people needed to go to the bank and the church and whatever. And I got that. I got that. I hear what you're saying. Unfortunately, no.
I'm just saying, he was on the bus the day I had to ask the driver to let me off there because it was like piping hot. And I was walking all the way from this gate to the other gate. And I took the bus just after you cross over that 4-way. And I had to ask the driver because he was gonna go around and drop me off all the way around here or at the laundry room again. So you guys have to try and see what you can do. Somebody has to go over there and look at it.
Okay, yes.
Is it possible?
Were you finished?
No, I still have another, I was on the bus again the other day and this lady with a dog.
All right, that's a different thing. She's on the subway.
Well, we're on the same subject.
Yeah.
One thing at a time. And
Yeah, let her.
I don't want you ladies to monopolize this whole meeting. There's other people.
Is it possible to form a committee for us to look at the 159 stops? Things change, nothing stays the same. And if we had XYZ number 3 years ago, and now we have increased it, maybe we need to sit down and look at just what we're doing. And if A is still needed, is B still needed? Or can we eliminate, but I think we can't just assume that because that's the way it's been done.
Assume it has been changed more than once. They're here to tell you, they changed that schedule 2 or 3 times in 1 year. So
Okay.
you're wrong in what you're saying, and no, it's not up to the committee, it's up to the company. Are you raising your hand?
Yeah, when you're done.
Okay. Sorry,
It's okay.
It's okay.
it's very difficult for me to see people. I hear what you're saying.
I
but
know.
It's not,
Just close your eyes and listen.
it's really not just, I am not the one who decides everything. We're a committee and we do decide,
Mhm.
but we have given a lot of things consideration. It's just that every single person that comes in wants another stop, wants something different. I gave stops to the temple and the church. They want more stops. Impossible.
Yeah, well, I
Okay,
understand.
do you know how long it takes to go to public service on the bus? It's a 45-minute ride. Every time you add more and more stops, at one time it was a shorter ride. But because we added so many, excuse me, stops, it takes a long time. I'm not in a hurry because I'm retired. But, you know, I hear what you're saying. I hear what she's saying. I hear what a lot of people say, and I can empathize with you, but we just can't keep changing just because times are changing. You can't change every year. This is a very complicated thing. You see this schedule? You know how hard it was for them? They had to sit down, we had to sit down for months. You can't just add or take away. Look, we put in going to the gym to at every bus now, because they would say, why doesn't the 3 or the 1 go to the gym? So now 1, 2, and 3 goes to the gym. Well, it threw the schedule off. Now everybody came in, they were complaining about the schedule. You're never gonna please everyone here, you're not. I think, in all honesty, they go above and beyond for us. They work with us. I love working with them. They're easy to talk to. They're reasonable. They look at what we said. They sat with us. They came during the day, a busy schedule that they had, and sat with us to go over this schedule to make it work. So you have to understand, it's just not only our opinion.
I understand
Yeah.
that. However, I still stand on the fact that nothing stays the same. And it's the last time it was looked at. Because there may be room in there.
Last year.
That's just 6 months ago.
Less than 6 months ago. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not aware. You know why? This committee has to get more involved. It's not just you come here, you voice your complaints, your opinions, and you hear what I have to say. You guys need to get involved too. We're a committee. You have to take the bus. You have to see for yourself. You have to, come up with some real questions and solutions. Yes.
When you, I mean, people are making a suggestion about a committee and looking at things, put a subcommittee together, whether it be 4 or 5 people.
Really?
Do research, just don't run out and come up the next month with stuff. Do a full research.
Okay, I'm gonna
Put it
tell you
on
why.
no, put it on the table.
No, I'm gonna tell them why.
And then for next year,
Mhm.
not immediate change, for the following year, if possible, look at. There's a stop here and there's a stop over here, but a person needs to get a vote. Well, the subcommittee could look at that, make, the investigation, whatever you gotta do, and then propose it for the following year, not immediate
So
change.
very good suggestion. So let me ask you something. I suggested that every single one of you ride the bus. Who rode the bus besides me?
I'm guilty.
Where's your report?
I was on the bus when you.
On the committee, on the committee. Who rode the bus on the committee?
Okay.
Where's your report?
Okay.
Where's your report?
I'll be honest
So I
with you.
just gave it
Or you
away.
have a verbal
No,
report?
I'll be honest with you. I never saw an email that said I was required to bring a report to this meeting.
But I said it
But
at the last meeting.
But
I said it verbally.
Excuse me, everyone else.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Okay, did you go to the volunteer luncheon?
I did.
How did you do that? You replied to an email.
I did.
The same email that says volunteer luncheon on top says, in preparation for Chair Patricia Caputo has asked all committee members to ride on the bus and report their experience at the next meeting. So you said you never got it. Here's the letter. You responded to this, so you did get it.
Wait a minute.
So Dawn, when people respond to me, then I'll consider it committee.
The next one.
Subcommittee.
When people respond to me.
Yeah, no, I fully understand that.
Okay.
I got you on it.
It was done, it was done for a reason.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay, guys.
Thank you, but no.
Oh, you didn't get this email?
No.
So how did you get to the luncheon?
I responded, I called in.
To whom? But
And
what,
I spoke to someone and told them that I would be coming.
but how did you know there was a luncheon?
Okay, guys, listen, no, enough, stop.
Yeah.
This is.
Order.
Meeting, stop, it's getting out of hand. Can't have that, forget it,
You're all under.
forget it, I said it today, and we'll see what happens next month. Okay, so now we're talking about it, we sent out the RFPs for proposal, the contract is up this year. Did you all read it? Did you get a copy? Did you read it?
For sure.
Yes.
I think we should have the bus company give us an update or whatever they have. And then before the committee goes over that, we can, so this, they're not troubled. And then if the committee approves the RFP, we send it to them.
Okay, that's fair
That's
enough.
okay with you,
It's okay with me.
right?
Mario, you have the
Yeah.
floor.
Thank you, guys, again.
And so,
I've been listening to you and just wanna go over a couple of things. Now that we're talking about the time is up for the contract, we talk about it in our end.
yes,
So we have a meeting, president's meeting last week, right, Mario? Last week on Tuesday, we have president's meeting. So the presidents were in the office, and part of the conversation was the contract is coming to an end. So we gonna start working in our end to whatever presentation you guys need. Of course, we're gonna sit down first with you guys to see exactly what is that you need, what you want. See if we can get some, kind of, come to a conclusion. Just talking directly to you guys, but yes, we know that it's up now. And yes, of course, we are so willing to work with you guys for the next following years. Just let us know exactly what you need. We can do our best and sit down together, and if we come up with that agreement, would be fantastic. Now, going back to,
no, because it has to be approved by the committee first.
Yeah, they don't get
They don't get it until after the committee has
Yes.
approved it.
Don't they get the RFP?
no,
No,
Not-
not until
send it to
after the
everybody.
committee approves it.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because there might be changes in there the committee wants to make before it goes to them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
No,
okay.
I have to go to my room?
Now,
Will the contract expire?
December
December.
31st, 2026.
yeah, we should be start working on whatever is decision around October, November. Because it takes time
Yeah.
to go through everything,
I know.
back and forth, and
I didn't know we were so close. I have to
It is,
be
I
honest
know.
with you.
so that's what I want to, my next point is, it's been 5 years. We started we started in 2022, we started working with you guys.
Wow.
Don't forget that it was one of the shortest, New Year's,
Yeah.
Christmas, New Year's, and New Year's Eve for us, because the contract starts on January 1st. And I remember that everybody was enjoying the holidays, and we were working, all of you.
Yeah.
Along with my team, we're working so hard to get this contract running the first of the year.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a challenge, but we start like, bumping our heads and going through a lot of things, a lot of changes.
Mm.
And I'm just gonna mention to you some of the changes that we have been doing, and this is just out of
Okay,
what I remember. But I remember when we started, first we have to accommodate all the drivers that were already doing the contract. And out of those drivers, only a handful of drivers still with the company. So we really did.
yeah, I noticed.
We really worked hard with the drivers, not only to get on board the ones that were coming by offering them jobs, but we also have to retrain them and go through a lot of details with them. And not all of them survive the academy way. So there were a lot of changes. We brought new drivers, we trained new drivers. It's a long process for us to get someone prepared to work for you guys. It's not just bringing someone and sitting in the bus and get it to drive. Then we start by accommodating the routes, making sure that our buses that were ADA compliance and low floor buses fit into the routes and into the community. So we have to do some changes and adjustments to the routes. Then with the time, we realized that we were visiting places that were already empty or not very popular, and we start changing the route to accommodate those new places that were opening. And I remember that we went
Yeah, I
from
do.
combo routes, that it was going on combos and holidays and this and that. We changed it and we created the two new routes, east and west, took time, but we tried to put in two routes, all the places that you guys want to go. And those routes are running every day of the week. And I remember that we worked really hard on getting that going. And then right after the community decided that we were visiting a church, that nobody was going anymore, and they wanted to visit a different church, and we created a new route to go into the church.
I remember.
And later on, bus was leaving to keep up with the schedule, and the ceremony was longer. And we even went to there to speak to the priest to make sure and to have us waiting. So we did a lot of changes, and recently we just changed the bus route again, because why I cannot go to the gym from my house if I have to go to the clubhouse when all the residents can go to the gym, and we changed the route again.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
what I'm trying to tell you is that we are not against the changes. We are not against new things. On the contrary, it's been always a point to me that we will work with you. We are all down with the changes. We know that city changes, traffic changes, there are new places that you want to visit, better restaurants that you want to go, better shopping centers that are opening now, more modern and clean. I know, we got it. We will do it. There's no doubt about it. But it's not something that we say that we're going to do it and we're going to do it the next day in the morning. Everything takes time. Bringing to his point that you saw a bus that is a small vehicle, electric, that it's on demand. I know that many places are doing that. There's a place that we work a lot with them, which is the Jewish community down in Boca. It's a huge community. And they have many services along with a school that we go and take kids with special needs to go different places. We work with them a lot. They have a sort of service similar to what you presented. But it's not just picking up a phone and calling for a vehicle. They need to schedule. They need to do appointments. They need to set it up by appointments, because that's the only way to them. I'm not talking about here, I'm talking about them. The only way they could manage to have a bus going to every location when they call for a bus is by making a reservation before, ahead of time. Because there's no way you can just pick up the phone and say, I need a bus, and the bus is going to be there in 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, if the bus is somewhere else. Only if you have 100 buses working for the same purpose. So it is not impossible. It is doable, but the strategy, the planning behind it, it's big. It's big. So presenting something like we want to have this, to me, it will not work unless you tell me exactly what you want, and we can study exactly what it is and how much it takes. And of course, at the very end, it's all about money, because we are here to make business, and we appreciate your business, and we do everything for you guys. But at the very end, we need to make money too. So we have to find that common ground where we can meet, that you get what you need and we can continue in business, right?
Yeah.
But again, I'm not against the changes. Just think about it, put it together, see exactly what you need, what you want, and we will work on. My point here is that, of course, as long as one person is riding a bus, there is a need, there is a meaning for the bus to be running, even if it is one person.
That's the problem.
Right? There is no business for me to run buses empty. And that's no business for you either to run a bus empty. But as long as there is one person that needs a bus, then we need to look into it. Of course, it's hard to please everybody. We need to please the community. There is not a taxi service. It's not Uber. It is a bus. Look, when you go when you're planning your vacation to go Europe, and you go to the airport, and you miss the flight because you got a bad connection, you miss the flight. There is no other plane for you to fly right after. You need to wait for the following plane. Right? I mean, we hold the buses for a few minutes because the external bus is still out of the traffic, and we hold the buses for a few minutes at the clubhouse to make sure that when you arrive to the clubhouse, you can go right away to the bus that goes to your community, so your groceries don't melt on your bag. We do that for you. Planes don't do that for nobody. Fancy buses in the city don't do that for nobody. So there is some sort of services that we need to understand that there is a lot of more people waiting for the same bus. We have people complaining inside the bus. My groceries are melting because you're waiting for another person that is coming outside, so the other person's groceries are not melting. So it is hard to please everybody. So that's why we have schedules, we have routes, we have numbers, we put together, we strategize the routes to try to please the most, but it's gonna be hard to please everyone. We can't do that, we can't please everyone. So some turn their arms for others, but at some point, others need to turn their arms for the first ones. So I don't know if I'm making myself, making the point, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you guys need, you are about to renew the contract, put it together, think exactly what you need. Let us know what exactly you're looking for. If you need more buses, if you need less buses, if you wanna combine more things, combine less things, you wanna go electric. Electric is not impossible. I know a lot of people going electric, but what you're showing me there, that's pretty much a go-kart. It's pretty much a go-kart adapted to carry people. We are not gonna do that. We are not. If you tell me that this is what you want, it's gonna be a whole different number. It's gonna be, we need to start by scratch, something different. But there is not impossible. In Boston University, there is a electric service, full electric buses service for the University of Boston, I believe in Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Academy is doing that, but the infrastructure needed to charge those buses at the university cost millions. The university paid for it. They wanted. They said, yes, we want it. We presented it. It cost millions. We pay for it. They pay for it. Is it good enough? Guess what? Sometimes we need to stop in the middle of the day to recharge the buses and send another bus. Why? Because when Boston, the temperature goes below zero, those buses need to run heaters, and the battery goes drain in hours.
And here they run the air conditioning, runs just.
And here we're gonna run it. So again, it's not impossible, but we need to be realistic on what we want and how we want it. Because at the very end, yes, electric technology is there, it's been there, it's not 1 year or two, it's been probably around 10 years that we are playing with electric vehicles. But I believe for the industry, it's still alive for us to get there. And there is no data available for us to understand how good or bad the buses are, because it's only 2 or 3 years that we've been using them. So there is not really a good point of a study to see how good they are to invest millions on service for 5 years contract. Maybe you want to go 10 years. So it's a lot of things that need to look at from your perspective to see how much you want to invest in the service. But it's not impossible. Now, with that said, please, we are really happy to work with you. And my promise the first day in this table was that you come, you tell me what you want, you tell me what you need. We will work with you. We're gonna be there. We are a phone call away. You need me tomorrow, extra official meeting, we come. There is a problem, we go to fix. We are not afraid of complaints. We are not afraid of changes, because that's the only way we can make it better.
Exactly.
That's the only way we can make it better. So, look, some people go, oh my God, they're gonna complain. No, I listen to complain. Because the complaints is what makes us better. You know, it's like if somebody says once to me, if we learn from the mistakes, why is it that at school they don't teach you mistakes? Right? If we learn from the mistakes, why in the school they don't teach you mistakes at school? Right? It's a funny thing, but we need to make something wrong to understand that we did it wrong to make it better.
Amen.
Yeah. Did I get the quarterly report this year? I wasn't here. Did I get the quarterly that you sent me?
Yeah, we sent it the report for you. We sent it to
Donald has it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get it from
You
you.
say the performance report?
Yeah, the performance that you do every 3 months, so I can compare it to last year. I can look at myself to see who's getting on, who's getting off, and when the committee brings me the changes next year, whatever, then I'll form a committee for them to take a look. But there might be some stops that there's one person all the time, but how do you stop that one person from having a bus stop? I don't know. I don't know.
So anyways, just guys, please, it's been a pleasure all these years. Hopefully we can just go ahead and renew with you guys and work together for another years. Remember that changes don't go overnight. From putting it together until training the drivers to make sure that they do it right. It's a process. It's a process. But again, we are here, a company still in business. I welcome you guys. If you want, I can bring a bus to you so you can visit our facility. The owner just throw $3-4 million in that facility. In the middle of the economy, the way it is, the way we're going, he just put close to $4 million in that facility. New parking spots for drivers, for buses. We can fit more buses now. A new paving, almost 9 inches as concrete to hold the buses all over the place that cost millions. And where trucks and trucks and trucks of concrete. The whole wall around it, and we new elevators for the buses, new wash bay for the buses. It's a lot of things that we.
Is it on Southern Boulevard?
Southern Boulevard, and it's not because the company is going south in business. No. We're here, we're staying. That's another thing that you need to look at. If what you want, there is any other company that can give it to you. I challenge you to look. I challenge you to look. I got customers that they go and talk in buses. They want three buses to go and talk overnight. And lately the customers are using the teams, not you guys, the teams, the are using the buses as hotels. Believe it or not, they want to travel overnight. They don't want to stop to book rooms because it's more expensive. They do 3 days trip to Kentucky, 3 buses. And the operation is crazy. I have to set up a hotel room for the drivers, send drivers the day before to station, be fresh on the hours. And the buses are not stopping all night long to play 1 game or 2 games in Kentucky and come back the following day. You can imagine the strategy that we have to put together. And they complain that, the outlets were not working on the bus. We want a refund. And I go like, wow, we're living in times that now it's all so delicate with the customers that we need to do better and better and better and better. And I know there are other services that are not so good because they're traveling by buses because the planes are not reliable anymore. The airplanes are not reliable anymore, and it's way more expensive.
Excuse me.
So we know the industry, we know what we're doing, and we keep in business when all the companies are running out of business. Spirit just run out of business. The airline Spirit just run out of business because more people travel are using different ways to travel on their planes.
I have a question for you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Are you attempting to get any more new buses for us?
Put together what you want.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Put together.
Okay. Question. Why do we have to put together if we need new buses? Isn't that something?
Excuse me, we're really not supposed to, I'm the only one supposed to address them. You can't really ask him. When the committee can stay, you can ask me questions, we can put it together. I'll ask him, but they're not really here to take questions from everyone. They're here to tell us what they can do for us. And if I have to talk to them about something.
Okay, so I'll address you with the question. Why do we have to ask for new buses? If new buses are needed and warranted, I would think the company would automatically furnish them.
It's not so easy. They're very expensive. I was asking if there's one on the horizon. They already gave 2, and he can tell you the cost of a bus. And any company you get, they're not giving you all brand new buses.
I understand that, but that's on them. That's not, as long as it's serviceable and it gets us from point A to point B, and it's not breaking down and the AC is working. Why are we concerning ourselves with having new buses? If a 10-year-old bus does the same job.
You're not paying more money for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not concerning. It was a question. And we did have 2 new buses and they're pretty. They're more spacious, I think. We did put up 3 seats, which is working very well because people would put their carts and everything. There was no way to get on the bus. It's a question.
But I'm thinking this is something that the company would be doing for us. That, if we need a new bus that's going to accommodate two more walkers or whatever, then I think they would be the ones, okay, Century Village needs this new bus, so let us provide that.
Well, they did come up with 2 new buses and told me they were giving it to us without my asking. Yes,
I was just gonna say that when their bus fleet needed to be changed, they came to a meeting and they said, we have ordered 2 new buses to replace an aging fleet.
Okay.
Okay, but I don't think that's what he was saying. We have buses, we have certain needs for our bus drivers, riders, to be able to hold their cards for people that are handicapped. That's the type of service that he's talking about, not changing buses. What type of service do we need for our residents? That's what he's asking for. Not we tell him you need new buses. You understand the difference?
No, I don't.
Well, we
Because I
wanted,
don't.
we wanted people to get on the bus and have a place to hold a wheelchair or to have a cart, a shopping cart. That's what we have to tell them.
Okay.
That's what, not you need to replace our buses. That's the input that they're looking for.
Okay.
How many wheelchairs do you want me to put on? How much storage space do you want to have? That's the input that he's looking from this committee for our riders.
Okay, is he not receiving that?
He's got it now. That's what he's done.
Okay.
But when the time comes to replace the buses, we don't tell them. They came to us
Okay.
and said, our company has ordered new buses and shortly you're gonna get new buses. And
Okay.
3-4 months later, we got 2 brand new buses.
Okay.
So that's their end of it.
And that's what I was saying.
That's it.
Their end, not our end.
Right.
okay. I'm sorry, yes.
I just think, my personal opinion, I don't ride the bus, but I will be riding the bus.
Sure.
And I will have my results at the next meeting. I think this bus company has bent over backwards for us. That's just based upon what I've been told in my building,
That's right.
people that ride the bus. They've seen so many positive changes I've been here 4 years, but
Right.
I would say the last 2 years, 2.5 years, has changed so drastically to the positive direction. And I get nothing but compliments.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody talk negative about this bus
She
company.
walked away because they called her personally, but she had an ongoing problem and they picked up the phone and called her personally. So I don't have any qualms and you know what? Nothing's perfect. We're not
Nothing's
perfect. They're not perfect.
Absolutely not.
But we have these proposals going out. And how many of you read that proposal?
I thought we would get copies here because I.
You had copies.
I said, I don't.
I asked
The
her,
vendor has to leave.
when I
before
sat
you could
down,
pass them
I
out.
did ask if anybody wanted one.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Larry, do you have anything else? Anything else that you guys want to bring to the table? So that this committee can get on with their business?
I was reading.
Well, we're working on the issue with the person,
Sit down,
Down.
just sit down.
There's 2 points.
Just one down to David, please.
Well,
Oh, yeah, Wellington, we went to Wellington area, they're still working on that.
Some construction,
On their end,
yes.
so that's still no changes on that, we still now able to go through there. And we are working on, the complaint with the person with
With the dog?
the dog.
You went to Wellington, you go to Wellington?
Yeah, but
it's still closed,
What?
it's partially closed because of the construction work. The bus can't go all the way down.
but the,
Oh, no, we hear Wellington.
yeah, but there we have a problem with a resident.
Yeah.
He's putting in front of the bus, he's stopping the bus,
Oh, yeah.
he's doing complaint every single day, why we don't win it? It's impossible for the bus, we cannot do in a 3-point and return there.
No, we discussed,
Because the area we're using for that is closed with calm.
I know.
And
But the rest of the
sometimes at the day,
going.
you don't have any car parking there, but when we have car parking, in front of that building, we cannot turn it.
I know.
So we don't wanna take the risk, go to the end, and then we don't have space
To come back around.
to come back around. So we have to do it in reverse, it's very dangerous.
We're still getting complaints.
But the problem is that there is a resident that is not happy with that, and he's standing in front of the buses, bus is coming, he's standing in front of the buses, and he's yelling at the driver. So when it happen again, we're gonna get you the footage from the safety camera, we're gonna present it to you guys, see we can, how can we handle that.
Call the sheriff.
Call the
Yeah,
sheriff.
I guess.
Call the sheriff.
You have any questions?
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's-
And turn them in. It's the only thing that's gonna stop.
Yeah, it is.
That's for his own safety. There's something not.
I have a question.
Water.
I'm sorry.
Question about that. Some drivers still go down there. I see that. So you guys have to tell them not to go.
Oh,
Let me see phone.
I don't know how to shut this phone.
Some drivers still go down there and it's causing confusion because the guy, I know the guy you're talking about. He had a fit on the bus one day when I was coming from, cause the bus, he was waiting for the bus and it turned over there. And the other bus came and went down there. So you guys have to tell them not to go because it's causing confusion.
Mhm.
And didn't we put signs up, Omar, on the bus temporarily while the
We
construction,
we put the sign, somebody removed.
put more signs up there?
We're looking today and somebody,
Yeah.
we put in the bench, you remember that?
Yeah. But put something, on the
At
bus.
some point, they remove all the machine.
Yes, but there's still
And
fixed.
we started going in. And then we have to stop that again.
There's water for you guys down there. Did you get it?
So now we suspended that stop.
When the construction work is done, Donald will send you an email that
Yeah.
the vendor is done with the grass and stuff,
Good.
and that you can continue your bus route.
We're gonna-
Till then,
Drivers.
tell your bus drivers not to go there. This way there's no problems.
Okay, so moving on, in general
She's
discussion,
got her hand up again.
Yeah,
you talked about, I was just going
Yeah.
to say about
Yeah.
having a dog.
Yeah,
Dogs, I thought were not allowed on the
that's
bus.
what I thought too.
yeah, no.
Are they? Wait, he's going to answer, I don't.
The American Disability Act, has very clear
Oh, yeah, I see the.
respecting, interest to the, how they call it? Yeah, service, when it comes to service, it's not service dog, it's service animal. When
Right.
it comes to service animals. Some people have snakes, service animals.
Oh, gosh.
Now, we don't allow snakes in the buses. We only allow dogs as service animals.
How do you know?
Yeah, but there is a fine line
Mhm.
for the drivers when it comes to the American Disability Act about what we can do, what we cannot do. And it is clear, if you want, I can send it to you guys. The driver can only ask if this is a service animal.
That's it.
I know that.
That's it. We cannot ask what kind of service does to you. We cannot ask, show me what it does. We cannot ask.
We have the same rules here.
Yeah,
Correct.
so it's only, is this a service animal? We say yes,
That's the only
that's
question.
the end of the story.
I know.
It's allowed to go on the, now, the law also says that the person, the owner of this animal must have the animal under control at all the time while traveling on the
That's the
buses.
thing, there's some that
So-
don't.
One second, so usually trained service animals behave better than people.
That's right.
I'm sorry to say this.
True.
If they're,
But we
if
have-
they're
we
true
have-
service animals.
We have had a bus full of service animals traveling to Orlando, and the dogs were like, they were not there. We have problem with the people, not with the animals. So, but the owner of the animal needs to get the animal under control all the time, must have the leash. And
Down the seat.
must be down the seat,
Mhm.
and must have that, there is a like a decal, something that comes on the collar that says service animal, all right?
Mhm.
So, but the driver will not tell someone the dog is not allowed. The driver is gonna ask, is this a service animal? Yes. End of the story, guys. There's not much we can do.
Okay, just one question. There's one woman in particular, she brings the animal in a baby carriage.
That's the one I was going to talk about.
So I know when you ask if it's a service animal, but I mean, we don't allow baby carriages on the bus, right? Or am I wrong?
If he says it's a service
No,
animal,
I'm serious.
we cannot question that.
Patricia's question is, if the dog is in a baby carriage.
Is the
you don't
carriage
only
allowed?
allow baby carriage on the bus.
Do
Can you tell her you can come on the bus, but the carriage can't? I don't know, I mean, that's my question. Right?
I'm asking, my question is very explicit. Are baby carriages, forget whether it's a baby or an animal, are baby carriages allowed on the bus?
Well, we allow shopping carts.
Yeah.
We allow shopping carts. Yeah. We allow shopping carts.
But the problem with this lady is
But it's not only her, other people.
If the dog is not, look, the only way we
Turned it
can.
around, excuse me, they turned a woman away who had a baby carriage and a baby. So my question is
Because of the baby.
but that's what I'm saying. The babies are not allowed on the bus. So why would they allow a baby?
Babies are not allowed. It is one of those.
You're not one with children either, right? You and I discussed this before, and I have to be explicit, because there's a lot of people here bringing grandchildren out. So did you not tell me that small children are not allowed on the bus?
Not.
They're not.
They gotta have, whoever goes on has to have another.
Okay.
And that.
My grandmother another copy, nobody owns the right, and nobody,
Excuse me.
I told her, not,
it's a safety.
I don't remember.
Were you raising your
I
hand?
don't remember if the issue with, or the problem with the baby, it was also related because of the ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yes, they have it on.
Yes, okay, please do.
There is no specific policy against babies are not allowed on the bus. There is a policy that anyone on the bus must have a Century Village ID card.
Right.
So that means small children too.
Anyone who is
Okay.
entitled to get an ID card is allowed on the bus.
Right.
So
So
they
that,
specifically say that babies and children are not allowed.
Not a pass, not a pass, an ID card.
ID.
An ID card.
Okay.
are they allowed?
No, we have to be explicit, because this is a big problem. Yes, ma'am.
What age do they start to give ID? for
Pardon me?
kids? What age do they?
That question would have to.
That's not for me, that's
That
for,
question would have to be answered
by
by the
Eva.
manager of the recreational
Right.
facility, Eva Franceschi.
Right,
She is in the clubhouse.
Right.
Because I am,
I think that guy's
I
raising.
have a 12-year-old grandson, he came here with my 26-year-old granddaughter.
Uh-huh.
And they wanted her to go on the bus, but they wouldn't let him drive on the bus.
Right, because he doesn't have an ID. It's not a pass, it's an ID.
I believe they issue IDs after the age of 16.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think it's 16.
It is.
So. And that would be
I
with the
believe-
yellow stripe in the front.
Anyway, going back to the dog thing, the only way we can remove that dog from the bus is if the dog is uncontrollable.
Okay.
If the dog is not under control, if it's barking to another,
I'm sorry.
resident or passenger, if it is being inside the bus,
Yeah.
then we can remove it, because it's not under control.
Please don't talk out.
That's just for you.
Okay.
Same as true with
I
the
think
club.
this man was raising his hand.
That animals are accepted on a bus. Okay. We are also stamped to get into our physical activity areas. So the system should have a hologram put on an ID where the owner of the acceptable animal to ride a bus is hologrammed on the ID. They show it to a driver, they know the animal's accepted. It's not their decision, it's your decision as our community.
No, it isn't. We can't, the ADA does it. Yes, Donald.
Hey,
You can answer.
Why can't an animal be vetted?
He's going
Excuse
to,
me,
he's,
none of us in this room are
Put
experts
a value to
on
it.
ADA,
Makes
and we're
no
not
money.
subject experts here, so we have
That's
nothing to
correct.
say on ADA.
okay.
As far as ID cards and holograms and things of that nature, the IDs are not. Don't come from this company. They come from WPRF, which is the company that manages the recreation facility. So if you have any questions about the ID cards, you should talk to the
No
manager.
question about the ID card. I'm making a suggestion that the animals should be vetted and the driver should be taken out of the circle. Your ID is accepted by the driver and the driver has visual evidence that the animal that they're presenting, whether it be a peacock we've seen, ocelots we've seen, we've seen animal dogs of every shape and size, in carriages, in baskets, handheld.
We've not had.
They feed.
We don't have the authority to tell you.
Sir, you're a feed factor.
We have not had any ocelots or peacocks on our property. We're just gonna.
Yes, animals are accepted.
Our subject experts on emotional service animals and medical service animals is our contractor. And we leave that in there.
You're telling the driver it's a
driver-
I need the animal, he's my service animal, they're gonna have no other recourse.
Sir, the driver's not a subject expert. These men are, they're our contractors. It's their responsibility to make those determinations, not us.
Hey.
He's talking. You have to wait a minute.
Finish.
I'm done.
Okay.
I know I'm talking too much, but I have to talk. If I don't talk,
Well, you can talk to a certain extent, but you can't take over the meeting.
I'm not taking over.
Go ahead.
Well, I recognize you, so speak.
Okay. That same lady with the dog, I was on the bus and she spat in the bus. I was the one who told the driver. She spit in the bus. I heard her like she came up all the way and I turned around and she spit in the bus.
She spit.
I told the driver, I was the one who told the driver, I'm making sure you're here, and I was the one who told the driver. When I was getting off, I walked up to him and I said, that lady spit in the bus, when you go to the clubhouse, you have to make the supervisor know about it. And one other point, that's in my last point, so you'll get rid of me.
I don't care. You can talk and any complaints you have, you really should put in writing.
I don't want to write nothing, I prefer to talk. The dress code
I can't help you.
on the bus.
Mhm.
People coming on the bus and they're taking off their socks, changing their socks in the bus. They're taking off their head wrap and they're shaking it out in the bus. And all of the rest of that. That's not in people's bedroom. You're supposed to dress properly. Yeah, they're nasty. You have some nasty people. This is nasty. I want to slap them, but I'll get in trouble.
Thank you for not doing that.
Yes.
And
I'm not making it feel like
Yes, sir, I'm supposed to wear an orange poncho, so I don't want to slap them. They're like some nasty people on the bus.
Orange is not your color.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
All right, I appreciate all the input. Anybody? Yes.
Can we, if we're done with the vendor could leave, because we gotta
Yeah.
spend at least another half hour, 45 minutes.
I know, but I need to talk to them about something, so how would you like me to do this?
Well, you can take them.
I'll go with them somewhere.
I go in my office.
Your office?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's nice and big,
And talk.
and we'll go over this. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
You want me to?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you.
Wait for me.